than 20 years and 7 hair colors, so.
Well, for Don, it's only been one.
Good morning, everybody. As Senator Latvala said, my name is Judy Turnbaugh, and I'm proud to be the president of NAMI, National Alliance on Mental Illness. It's a grassroots, legal grassroots organization, and we provide a sea of services to people in our community. We provide support, education, and advocacy. And everything that we provide is free of charge to the people in our community, albeit it does have a cost to us personally. We're also very proud of our relationship with the Crisis Intervention Team. The Crisis Intervention Team has been in effect for 16 years. Pinellas County was the first one to have CIT in the community. We have trained over 2,100 officers just in Pinellas County. This year alone, we have provided training to 535 law enforcement deputies and police officers, detention deputies, and dispatchers. NAMI is celebrating our 30th anniversary. We're not here asking for money, we're asking for your continued support. And Senator Latvala, you have been supportive of us right from the beginning. And Representative Peters, we thank you so much for all that you do for us and helping us with the mental health issue. I also have the privilege of serving on the Central Florida Behavioral Health Board, the executive board, and have been for 8 years. They do an amazing job, and Ruth Powers, who just spoke earlier, they're just amazing on what they're doing, and we're looking at a systems of care for the entire county. She spoke about the survey that was taken regarding what our needs are. And on that survey, one of the top 5 was the SRT, which stands for short-term residential treatment. People who are in mental health crisis, we can't just go to the hospital. We have to call a law enforcement officer to take our loved ones in for treatment. A CSU is much like an emergency room. It helps to calm that emergency. It is not long-term treatment. We had SRTs before, and the SRTs were a wonderful thing because people who go in for a 72-hour crisis stabilization, they need more long-term care. They need to be able to stabilize on their medication. It's not like taking an aspirin and your headache goes away. A lot of times it takes months before the medication is working properly in your system. This is especially needed when somebody's going through a major medical med change. SRTs give the person that treatment and give them their lives back. NAMI family members and persons living with mental illness have listed SRT as our #1 priority. Please support us in this initiative. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Thank you, Judy. Any questions? Thank you. Look forward. Representative Peters.
I just, as a comment, and I hope you indulge me on that. Thank you for all your work. You're amazing. The CIT work that you mentioned that we had increased in Pinellas County, the whole purpose of the work that we've done in increasing CIT in the state of Florida, and those of you that don't know, 2 years ago we put money in the budget to make sure every law enforcement department in the state was trained in CIT. Just the difference in Pinellas County this year, because of those increased training, we've had in one hospital alone an increase of more than 300% of Baker Acts because now we are not jailing people for their illness. So when Ms. Powers talked about funding, we know that we're now saving money in the jails because we're not putting people in jail for their illness, but we are putting them in a Baker Act, and we are going to have to look at that. So as the year comes on, please be open-minded to some solutions that will be coming your way. Because we are doing the right thing. We are not jailing people for their illness now, but we do need to make sure that we have that coordinated system, and we have to have the resources to support that. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much, Representative Peters.
Thank you for your efforts on this too, Representative. Our next speaker from Eckerd College, Donald Eastman. Welcome, sir.
Chairman.
How's that new stoplight? How's that new stoplight?
That was going to be my first point. We are very grateful for that stoplight, and so does everybody that works at Eckerd College and everybody that visits Eckerd College, which includes not only 1,800 students, but thousands of parents and prospective students that come to see us every year. It has saved a lot of lives. Too bad it took a couple in order for us to get it, but we greatly appreciate your support for that. We also appreciate your support for a lot of other things. I am, by the way, Don Eastman. I've been president of the college for 16 years, and I appreciate so much individuals in this room have done to help us since I've been there. I appreciate the support that you've given to increase the recent inquiries into the city of St. Petersburg's ongoing challenges with wastewater. Thank goodness for Walter Donnelly, who's just done a great job working with us. This is a big deal for us. August of 2015, we had 18 inches of sewage on our campus 4 days after our freshman class showed up. And our freshman class, we have a very special orientation program a month with our freshmen alone on campus to try to get them to understand how to be prospective adults. We teach them about sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and how to be able to deal with them in a thoughtful manner. If that had happened a week before they came, it could have been devastating for us. So continuing to work on that problem, push the city to work on it in a thoughtful way is something we do all the time. We appreciate very much your support and help with it. You've got in your packet a report on the economic impact this college has in the area. We generate $557 million in annual economic impact, 4,700 jobs in the Tampa Bay area, and with 370 million and 3,300 jobs in St. Petersburg alone. But the multiplier effect the college has in this area is pretty extraordinary. It's one of the reasons one of our trustees was smart enough to say, let's do an economic impact statement. We're a first-rate organization to do it, and you have the results with you, and we'd be happy to answer more questions about it. We also do a great deal of executive education for corporations all over the United States and beyond, and we also work with the state in that way, and we are grateful for the work of Alan Susky to help increase our work with state agencies. The Superintendent Association, the Department of Education, and others have found it very useful. We think we're very good at it, and we appreciate the opportunity to work with the state of Florida. Many of you know about our operation called XR, Eckerd College Search and Rescue. Some of you because it has such a great reputation in this area, and some of you because your boat got stranded somewhere and you got towed by our students. It's all a student-run organization. We do between 500 and 1,000 rescues at sea every single year. We're told by the Coast Guard every year it's the biggest force multiplier that they've got in the state of Florida. We've got a request in for a bit of support from the state, which Dean McGee is helping us work on, and we appreciate that, and appreciate your support for it as well. And finally, we are building a Center for Visual Arts. It's a $20 million project. We have some of the finest science education and arts education anywhere in this country. This center is going to be a big deal in a community that has a reputation, a building reputation for the arts, and we have a request in with the state's cultural facilities program to support our 5,000 square foot gallery wing, which will be the public space here to present art exhibitions for all comers. We appreciate your support for that. And finally, thank you for your continued support for the Florida Resident Access Grant, FRAG, which is a great investment by the state to reduce the amount of money it costs to send a student to college if they decide to go to a private college in this state. We're grateful for that generous support and hope it will continue. Any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Question, Dr. Eastman?
I don't have a question, I just have a statement. I want to thank you too, sir. You have been an outstanding president at that college, and I am just so proud of that college. It's a great asset in Pinellas County, and I'm a little biased because you know I graduated from there and I'm alumni from there, but it is an outstanding place and facility. So thank you for all your service there too.
Thank you very much. It is the only national liberal arts college in the state of Florida. And in some ways, that's a bit of a complication because we are a different kind of an institution. On the other hand, we think it is a great opportunity in the third largest state.
Representative Latall.
I just wanted, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to mention the great work that the search and rescue team does at Eckerd College. They're the premier student-led search and rescue team in the nation, and they're right in our home county. And one of the, it wasn't mentioned, but one of the specialties that they do is recovering folks that jump off the Skyway Bridge. And they use different water patterns and current patterns and you know, things like that to help the Coast Guard and the Sheriff's Department locate those people and sometimes fortunately save their lives. And it was Eckerd College who last year tragically found the little girl who was thrown off the bridge by her father. And so I just wanted to give y'all a special plug for the great work that those students do in that program.
Thank you very much.
Representative Newton.
Mr. Eastman, I want to thank you also. I want to apologize about the sewage. Councilman Cornell and I fought tooth and nail, but I knew it was a bad idea to pump the majority of sewage down to the southern end of the city. And fortunately, we got outvoted. But I know the good work you do down there. I know the fight you had in fighting to try to be involved in the decisions that pertain your proximity to that treatment facility. I know the fight that you and Mr. Donnelly had and the numerous hours you spent in council beating your head against the wall. And ultimately, it was disaster. But I appreciate everything you do down there. I also want to second the comment about your search and rescue. They were there that night and hour. St. Pete officer was trying to save that young lady that her father dropped off the edge of the bridge and the work that people do. But we're fighting and I appreciate, like I said, Mr. Donnelly, I told him the same thing. Stay with it because I'm going to do all I can to make sure it doesn't happen again.
We're very grateful for that, and the city is finally paying attention. We tried to tell them 2 years beforehand that this was coming, and they didn't listen. Maybe they're listening now.
All right, thank you. I believe they are. Thank you, Dr. Eastman. We're going to go on to tab number 10. Saul Pitchon with New Life Solutions. I'm going to have the timekeeper start being a little more aggressive on the time. We've got 16 or 17 more people. We've got 1 hour left.
Yep. Yeah. But thank you for selecting Tarpon Springs as the place this month. And I live up here. I've been president and CEO of New Life Solutions for the past 18 years. Our focus is on trying to prevent pregnancies, and then when they are pregnant, how do we deal with them? And secondly, I want to congratulate those of you who've been reelected, and I really thank all of you for the positive impact you're making here in our community. Over the years, our focus has been on empowering women and teens and men to make healthy choices and providing free services and support that really helps alleviate social services burden for the local government. And over the years, we've spoken to over 130,000 teenagers. Those of you many of you who elected officials know what we do. And to help lower teen pregnancies and STDs. So when a teenager does get pregnant, a woman has an unplanned pregnancy, they come to visit one of our 5 medical clinics where we help them really choose life for their baby and to either parent or place for adoption. Last year, in 2015, we added up all the free services that we provided. We saved the community nearly $500,000, $500,000 worth of social services, benefiting over 4,000 women and teens and families. And over the years, we administered hundreds of thousands of families. And so there's where we provide free pregnancy tests, sonograms, STD testing, education, counseling, material supplies. And what I wanted to share today is that we've gone the next step. We've hired therapists, that's my background, I'm a psychotherapist. We've hired a licensed therapist, a physician to do women care, to meet the emotional, physical, and the spiritual needs of even more women and families, and help the next generation not have the same issues. And again, many of you are right there with us. I appreciate your prayers and support. Our Breath of Life Birth Center, we provide birthing services. We're nearly 1,000 babies now that have been birthed there, and that's where we take Medicaid. And that truly helps these women medically and financially. And the other thing too, we need two midwives, certified nurse midwives. If there's anyone here who knows of women who have that background, we can sure use them. So thank you for allowing me to share, and please keep promoting the pro-family, pro-life, and pro-jobs legislation. God bless you.
Thank you. Number 11, Cook or Cox? Cox. Sorry.
Good morning. You know, it's actually pronounced Cook. It's a little different than you would think. Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Stephen Cook. I'm the CEO for Big Brothers, Big Sisters, that covers Pinellas County and 6 other counties here in West Central Florida. And we receive funding from the state of Florida through a collaboration of all of our Big Brother, Big Sister agencies here in Florida, which there are 11, and currently receive funding from the Florida Department of Education for our Big Inspiring Scholastic Success, and also to the Department of Economic Opportunity for our new School to Work mentoring program, which actually we have 2 great sites here in Pinellas County that we're very excited about. One at Clearwater High School, we have 20 students going for half a day a month of mentoring at the Clearwater St. Pete Airport, which has proven to be really exciting for everybody involved. And we also have 25 students from Northeast High School being mentored half a day a month now at the U.S. Ameribank Operations Center in Clearwater. We are looking for continued funding for these programs locally as well as statewide. One of the things that we lost this past July 1 was our funding through the Department of Juvenile Justice for our Mentoring Children of Incarcerated Parents program. And that program had a special meaning for our agency and me personally, because I've been so involved in working with children of incarcerated parents here locally for many years. I have twin little brothers I've been working with for about 8 years who are in that program and who are currently now in foster care. We were receiving just under $500,000 of funding for this program and serving children throughout our 7 counties, about 119 of whom were here in Pinellas County. So we are looking for resuming that funding with this next legislative session. The need of this program is great because the statistics prove over and again that children of long-term incarcerated parents, if without intervention, have a 60% likelihood of following in their parents' footsteps. And that's something we really want to avoid. The last point I wanted to make before stepping down was that we recently received some results of a study that was done in Colorado on our Colorado Big Brother, Big Sister agency by a group called Colorado Results First. And it was a cost-benefit analysis that helped the state of Colorado determine where they should invest in policies and programs, because they, like us, want to invest in programs that work. And they found that this program was not only effective, but had a demonstrated return on investment of $4.04 for every $1 that was invested into that Big Brothers Big Sisters program. I thought that was very impressive. Unless you all have some questions for me, that was for the end of my comments.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Cook.
Thank you.
Number 12, Melinda Budzinski.